The Roman line was ready, shields locked, spears lowered, thousands waiting behind steel. But then, one man charged forward. No armor, no fear, only faith, and a sword in his hand. Across the desert, the Roman army stood like a wall. Rows of soldiers stretched beyond sight. Banners rose above their helmets. Steel reflected the light of the sun to any man watching from a distance. This was not an army to challenge. It was an army to survive. Then, from the dust, one man stepped forward. No shield wall behind him, no heavy armor on his body, only a sword in his hand, and a heart that did not seem to fear death. His name was Dhirar ibn al-Azwar, a warrior remembered for his speed, his courage, and his terrifying presence on the battlefield. The dust moved around him. The enemy stared, and for a moment, even the noise of war seemed to fade, because Dhirar did something no one expected. He removed his armor. To the enemy, it looked like madness. To his companions, it looked like courage. But to Dhirar, it was freedom. No weight to slow him down, no fear to hold him back, no hesitation between him and the enemy line. He didn't shout, he didn't look back. He just ran, straight into the storm. Not for victory, not for glory, but for Allah. The Roman line tightened, spears lowered, shields came forward. They saw one man charging toward them, and they believed they could stop him. But Dhirar did not slow down. He reached the first line. The Romans lifted their shields. Spears closed in around him, but Dhirar did not stop. One strike broke the silence. Steel rang, dust exploded, and the wall that looked impossible to break finally moved. One strike opened the way. Another forced the enemy back. Before they could surround him, he was already moving again. The Romans tried to close around him, but he slipped through the chaos like a blade through cloth. By the time they turned to face him, he had already struck somewhere else. By the time they raised their shields, he was already gone. The battlefield began to change. The Muslims watched his charge and felt courage rise in their hearts. The Romans watched him and felt confusion spread through their ranks. Who was this man? Why did he fight without armor? Why did he enter danger, as if danger itself feared him? But the deeper he went, the greater the danger became. Enemy fighters moved from every side. Spears came forward, swords rose, dust swallowed him. For a moment, no one could see Dhirar. Only the sound remained. Steel against steel, men shouting, horses crying, the clash of battle tearing through the air. Then the dust opened, and there he was, still standing, still fighting, still moving forward. But now, the enemy knew something was wrong. Their line had been shaken, their confidence had cracked, and the fear they wanted to place in the hearts of the Muslims had returned to their own hearts. Dhirar charged again, not like a man seeking glory, but like a man who had already given himself to a cause greater than life. Every step became a message. Every strike became a warning. Faith had made him lighter than armor. Courage had made him faster than fear. And when the Muslims saw the enemy line bend, they surged forward. The battlefield thundered. The dust rose higher. The Roman formation weakened. Then it began to break. What started as one warrior stepping forward became a wave. Dhirar ibn al-Azwar did not remove his armor because life meant nothing. He removed it because fear meant nothing. To his enemies, he looked reckless. To his companions, he looked fearless. And to history, he became remembered as one of the boldest warriors of the early Muslim conquests. The warrior who stepped into battle without armor. The warrior who turned fear into a weapon. Dhirar ibn al-Azwar, a name carried through the dust of war.